Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please recognize Representative Nichols to present the Veteran of the Week.
Representative Nichols, you're recognized.
Wheel? There we go. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't know. I assume that was for our Veteran of the Week because normally nobody applauds when we first get up here, and this is my first time being up here, so I don't know if it was for you or if it was for me, but I bet it was for you. Members, in front of you is Reverend Joey Crutcher, and I can tell you to know Joey Crutcher is to experience the intersection of our country's creed, which is our Constitution, and deed, which is the work we all have to do to make sure that those words mean something on that piece of paper. In just a second, you'll hear about Reverend Crutcher's defense of our country's creed through his service in the U.S. Army and at a critical and difficult time in our nation's history. But what the citation won't tell you is about his continued commitment through deed he fulfills in his work to fight for a more just and equitable community in Tulsa and across the country. I'll also tell you, and I think it's important, I'll introduce him as Reverend Crutcher, to point out that he is a great man of God. In all things, and through what have been more than his fair share of personal tragedies, he's remained faithful. And I can tell you, if you want to find him in Tulsa, if you're looking all around, you can look for a place where people are doing good work, and you're pretty likely to find him there. Before I present him to you and read the citation, I do want to introduce a few folks who have made the trip over from Tulsa with Reverend Crutcher. First, someone who served in this chamber until he wanted to go over to a chamber where they took naps in the afternoon. Senator Bar Shoemate's up there. And I won't introduce everybody else, but I do want to introduce Reverend Crutcher's daughter, Tiffany Crutcher. And his grandson, Terrence Jr., who is out of school today, and also because he visited my office before coming here, got a whole bag of gummy bears, and so introduce Terrence Jr. also. So with that, members, I present you a soldier on the battlefield, a soldier for justice, a soldier for God, Specialist Joey Crutcher, and that, Mr. Speaker, please ask the clerk to read the citation.
Clerk, read.
Whereas Joey Hobart Lewis Crutcher of Tulsa, Oklahoma served his country as a U.S. Army Specialist E4 and has shown great courage to bring honor to his family, his state, and to his nation. And whereas Joey Hobart Lewis Crutcher attended basic training at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and did his advanced individual training at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, that Specialist 4 Crutcher completed a tour of duty in South Korea where he was assigned to the 145th Transportation Battalion, that Specialist 4 Crutcher volunteered for Vietnam in October of 1967 and worked with the 9th Infantry Division in South Vietnam, that during his tour in Vietnam he was involved in the worst fighting of the Vietnam conflict, the Tet Offensive, which took place in February of 1968, and that Specialist 4 Crutcher's ended tour of service from Fort Sill, Oklahoma, took place in June of 1969 with an honorable discharge. Whereas among the most honored of all those in public service are veterans who have protected all Americans from enemies both foreign and domestic, and whereas the state of Oklahoma holds our veterans in highest esteem and appreciates the sacrifices and contributions they have made to preserve our freedoms and way of life, and whereas the Oklahoma House of Representatives takes great pride in honoring you as Veteran of the Week, now therefore, pursuant to the motion of Representative Monroe Nichols, and the state of Oklahoma extends to Joey Hobart Lewis Crutcher sincere commendations and directs that this citation be presented.